welcome. I'm Robert.
And I'm Antonio.
And today we're in the Charlton Manor teaching kitchen.
Today we'll be making delicious, luscious,
mouth-watering fajitas. But first, Antonio, have you washed your hands?
Yes, I have. Have you washed your hands?
Yes, I have, Antonio.
But have you washed your hands?
So firstly we're going to begin with the onions. So you're going to get the onion and you're going to go a few centimetres in. Make sure your fingers are tucked away and you're using the bridge. So you're going to go a few centimetres in, just slice in. Not too much, but just keep on going until you get to the end. Once you got to the end, you're going to turn it around to face it this way and you're going to slice into little chunks. So it doesn't matter how big they are, as long as they're just roughly big enough that you want to, as big as you want, should I say. So we want ours in little strips, so we're just going to have maybe little strips. We're just going to break them up and we're just going to put them into our pot. And next we're going to do the peppers.
Okay, so what you want to do with the peppers is you want to get the seeds out, which what we have already done. You don't need to get all of the seeds out, but this is the most important part. So you will be slicing it into strips, not too big, but about medium size, which would be really good.
And make sure you're careful because these are really sharp knives.
So if you're a child, make sure you have an adult assisting you.
We're going to put these back into the pot. Now we're going to move on to these chicken breasts. Okay, we're going to move on to a different type of board and a different knife. So as you can see, these knives are much different. This knife is much sharper. So you have to make sure you've got adult supervision as well. You're going to cut it into slices. You can have it as chunky or as thick as you like, it doesn't really matter. Make sure your fingers are tucked away as well.
But this time you don't use the bridge method. You
don't use the bridge because this is chicken and you've got to make sure your fingers are tucked away because you don't want to cut your fingers off. So I'm just going to finish off cutting this chicken. I'm going to put this back into the bowl with all the rest. And remember, because you're touching raw meat, you're going to have to wash your hands again. So we've just put this back in the bowl, the chicken back in the bowl. Now we're just going to put it in a pan on a medium heat. So we're just going to put it in a pan. And my Antonio is going to put all the onions and the peppers in it. Just for that extra kick of flavour. So this is going to infuse all these lush flavours. If this was smell-o-vision, it would smell delicious. You'd want to eat it right now. So here we've got some
paprika
and cumin. This is going to infuse that more flavour you need and that bit of more kick with the paprika. So you're just going to add about roughly about a teaspoon. So you're just going to get it and just going to sprinkle it over all the chicken and the peppers. And Antonio's going to do the paprika now. And it's going to be roughly the same.
The paprika will make your taste buds tinkle because it is truly divine. So you'll do about a teaspoon like Robert said.
Now we're just going to move on to the sauces for a second.
Okay, so first of all, we will be making salsa. And to make salsa, we will need these ingredients. red hot chili, cherry red tomatoes, coriander, 1 lime, some sea salt, and black pepper. Okay, so first of all, you will need to cut up the red hot chili. So first you have to top and tail it, like this. And then now you will start cutting. You should be getting your fingers out of the way and cutting it. Little strips like so will be fine. Secondly, you will need to slice the tomatoes just in half. You will need to do the ritual doing this. And here you can see all those healthy seeds that help you to grow and help you to become strong and healthier. So after you do that, you will need to put them in a bowl, like I've just done. With the tomatoes, you will want to throw in the red hot chili, and to add some flavour, you want to peel off the leaves off the coriander. This is also very good for your body. We are going to be squeezing the juice out of the lime, and by doing that, you will need to cut the lime in half. And then you will put your hand near the bowl and squeeze the lime out. So you will get all the seed and the juice will go through your hands. Now the other one. And then you will add some sea salt, a pinch of sea salt, and then a pinch of black pepper. And then you will need to use your hands to mix it all up. And now we've got that nicely mixed, we're going to blend it all together. Salsa sauce.
Now the guacamole. You're going to cut straight in the middle, and when you hit the pit, it's going to spin your avocado around, all the way around the pit. Make sure you're always touching it, and go back right to the start where you began again. And you're going to twist it, and as you can see, the pit is quite big, so you can get a spoon or a fork to get it out. So we're just going to get it the pit and just put it to the side. And a spoon is going to scrape out all the insides of it. This is quite ripe, so it's quite easy to get all of it out. And then you're just going to get your lime, like Antonio did with salsa, and cut it straight in half. Now this one you're just going to use half of it and try and use the most how you can get out of it. You're going to put your hand underneath it and squeeze out all the juice. That's it, and then you're just going to get your fork and you're just going to mash it up, mash all of it up. You have bits in from the side, it doesn't matter. You can just move them out of the way. Just going to mash it all up so it all gets that nice rich flavour you're going to need when you use it. And there you have it, your homemade guacamole.
Now the sauce is already, it's time for the cheese to be grated.
Once the cheese is ready, we're going to use these tortillas to put all the lovely flavours that we've already cooked, all the chicken, and the tortillas have been in the oven for 180 degrees for roughly a minute. The cheese is done.
Now it is time to dish up.
Yep.
Go.
And here we have it, our homemade fajitas with all the chicken, the paprika, the cumin, the pepper, the cheese, and all the lush onions as well. Here we have it. Delicious. Wow, what is this?
I've got no chicken in mine.